Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Luke DelGaudio joins us, Dallas area senior. Luke, obviously with this COVID thing, everybody's life got turned upside down. Obviously our thoughts and prayers are with those people that are fighting through the virus and the workers that are going through some difficult times right now. But I think we all feel a little bit selfish in our own ways. Whether you're playing sports or covering sports, whether you're a senior. But I guess there's all different ways to look at things. Nonetheless, you guys with your basketball team, your season was cut short. You had an opportunity there in the playoffs. But nonetheless, hey, right now you're healthy. I'm healthy, and some of our family members right now are in that situation. So I think we're pretty fortunate. But talk a little bit about what you've been up to as of late, just kind of transitioning from thinking about, hey, we might be playing a basketball game still up until the PIAA, and of course, the governor and everybody has shut down high school sports, and they've shut down the academics as well.
It's pretty crazy, the fact that your whole life is pretty much building your senior year and what you can accomplish with all your friends while you're playing sports, just to see it all just fall down right in front of you. And your opportunity to just show yourself and prove yourself out on the basketball court just trickle away. Now, sports, sure, they're fun to play and it's awesome with your buddies, but the main thing is that we're all healthy and safe.
You're a pretty fortunate guy. What a senior season you had. I don't know that you could have asked for much more. Again, we go back to, hey, your basketball season got cut short, but to go through what you were able to do in your senior season with all of your best friends on that football team, that was obviously a once-in-a-lifetime situation. I know we had spoken before the season. We spoke somewhere during the season, but after it all, talk a little bit about, take us back to the fall of 2019.
Fall 2019, for our first game, Tunkhannock Tigers, everyone's pumped up, feeling it. And all that was running through my head was, is this going to be the year that we can finally do it? We could beat Valley View in the district championship and make it past that point. And eventually, once we got to, week 13, and we beat Valley View in the district chip, I knew we weren't done. We definitely had more climbing to do, and thankfully, we played to the best of our ability. We beat two tremendous teams, Imhotep Charter, they're a nationwide team, and Jersey Shore in the second round of state playoffs. And, unfortunately, our run got cut a little short. Well, not really short because we made it all the way. But we lost to Thomas Jefferson. It was kind of heartbreaking because of how hard we all worked. But hats off to them. They're an excellent program, and we really couldn't have asked for a better season.
Everybody had talked to had said, boy, that Thomas Jefferson team was just an incredible team. But that shouldn't take anything away from what the Dallas Mountaineers were able to accomplish. A team out of District 2, to do it the way you guys did in 4A. Talk about the journey. We go back covering you guys, and when some of you guys were in 9th grade and you guys had to step up. It was just that, injuries happened, an opportunity knocked, and Coach Mendola said, you know what, get in there, and you guys are going to learn the hard way. You guys took your lumps. It
was definitely one of the craziest journeys I am sure I will ever experience in my life. From 9th grade, where we were getting beat down every single game, to 10th grade, where we were improving, and then we lose to Coughlin in the playoffs out of nowhere. Going in, we were all high hats, and they just beat us 28-0. And then junior year, our run was cut short against Valley View, but Coach Mendola really, he stuck us in the weight room, and with all his training and work, we played to the best of our full player ability. And I think that's what allowed us to do so much with our offense and defense this year and, make it this far.
You talk about being around some of your best friends. And then again, you have more than a few on that Dallas Mountaineer team. But take us through some of those guys, because guys had adversity along the way. Michael Starbuck had an injury. Moransky had an injury there in the senior season, but was trying to fight through it. Different guys, Danny Muser fought through some stuff at some point there in his career. Talk about being able to just kind of bounce back and find a way, and the next man up mentality. And Coach Mendola said, listen, we're going to cross-train these guys. We're going to try to put them in a situation where, hey, you might be a tight end. Of course, you got a skill set as a long snapper, different things. So everybody kind of learned a whole bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think we began the season off with the skills contest to see who could do who could do what. And it really was just, everyone can play pretty much every position. So if you're skilled, you can play all the defensive backs and some outside linebacker. But if you're big, then, obviously you're going to be line fullback. And it was just really, everyone had adversity. And it was just the matter of how we picked everyone up. Heck, I had a concussion for 2 weeks this year. And I didn't know I was going to bounce back from that going in the district chip game. But everyone really they stuck with me through the whole way. Everyone understood. Next man stepped up. Ben Fife, he did an excellent job. And really, we couldn't have asked for better teammates to play with.
You had a teammate there in your brother. Talk about your relationship with him. And obviously, he didn't play as much. He did play because you guys were, a lopsided part of the scoreboard a lot of times. But talk a little bit about your relationship with him. And I'm sure he's working hard just to try to make a name for himself.
Yeah, oh my God. Obviously, our relationship is so strong. Actually, today's his 16th birthday. So we were just spending some time with him. And, I just love being with him. I love the practices. It was awesome. He'd come home, and right now, these past couple of weeks, I think he's might have been working harder than me, honestly. He's really trying to put in the work and prove to Coach Mendola that he can play next year.
Well, happy birthday to Jake. You talk about offense and defense, what side of the ball you really like. Tell us a little bit about your experience on both sides of the ball on the high school level there at Dallas area.
Offense was pretty much my bread and butter, I wasn't afraid to hit anyone. I would have blocked anyone in the country if you asked me to. It's just I'm really passionate for it, it was my thing. Now, some other players like Matt Moransky, Dylan Schuster, Lenny Kelly, Jacob Esposito, those guys are defensive players. They live to hit. And, I'm a little bit of a softie, so that's not really my thing on the defensive side of the ball. But on offense, I will take care of it.
I know you didn't shy away from blocking. I thought your downfield blocking was awfully good. So a credit to you. And, of course, that takes us to football season. Hey, you made a choice. You said, hey, it's going to be Bucknell. And then just now you jumped over to Pitt. Let's talk a little bit about that process on why Pitt.
A lot of things factor into someone's decision to do something like that. And honestly, Bucknell, great staff, great coach. It's a great team. And, I got to really know the players that are going there, and I'm going to miss it. But in the long run, it's what's better for me. And, Pitt they have it. They have the health, the nutrition, training. They have everything, the weight room, and the coaching staff loves me, and they're thrilled about me. And that's really all you can ask for as a player, that the coaches that you want to be wanted,
How difficult was the decision? You make a commitment and you have different things on your mind and thinking, hey, if this opportunity were to come up, and I think as you said, you're being very positive about Bucknell staff, Bucknell's program, but at this time it's like, okay, all your energy is to be a Pitt Panther.
It tore me up inside a little bit. For the past, I've really been thinking about this, and I've put some time definitely and thought into this, and it really was just gnawing away at me. And yesterday I made the phone calls to the coaches, telling them that I was decommitting, and it was I definitely got some tears in my eyes. It was kind of heartbreaking almost to do, but I'm on to Pitt now, and that's where I'm passionate for and where I really want to play and get the job done.
Talk about your family support. Obviously, I know you have a tremendous family. DelGaudio's well-known there in the Back Mountain community, but a challenging and again, a manly decision. I mean, this is, one of those times in your life, like, okay, this is a really big decision to take this road. Talk about them being probably some good ears, but ultimately they must have said, Luke, this is your decision.
Yeah, my parents are behind me every step of the way. From taking me, the past 3 years, they've taken me to camps all over the place. and they just support everything that I want to do. And my dad and my mom really, they want to make my dreams come true. So they're fully behind me and support everything that I do. I sat them down, talked to them, spoke to them about the decision that I've made, and they were 100% behind me in everything.
And offense is what you're thinking there in the college level? That's what you want to do, be a wide receiver?
Yeah, Pitt's taking me in as a wide receiver.
Got that long snapping ability. I'm sure that's got to be appealing as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sure, it'd be nice to put that away for a little bit, take a break from long snapping. But, you know, if they need a second skill, I'd definitely be down to long snap for them too.
Let's talk a little bit about change gears for football. Let's go over to basketball season, playing for a coach like Mark Belinsky. A little different style than Coach Mendola, but having some of your friends there, like a Jack Farrell, who's going to go on and play basketball in college. Take us through and talk to us a little bit about the experience of being able to play with Jack Farrell and some of your other teammates.
You know, they're great teammates. We've been playing together since we've been little kids, and it's just awesome to grow up with them and be able to share these experiences with them. You know, and thankfully we were able to share the football experience. But you know, basketball season got cut short, and honestly, I think we were to give Bishop Wood a really good run for the money. You know,
as far as being able to play basketball and you know, have that skill set with the football. Talk about how you feel basketball has helped you with the sport of football.
Basketball has helped me a lot, actually. My basketball coaches, Coach Belinsky and Coach Flanagan, they have been behind me from the very beginning with wanting to make me a better athlete overall. Coach Flanagan, he's been my trainer since 8th grade, and he's helped me improve just my vertical for jump balls, my speed, agility, like shooting off the ball. He's been an overall excellent trainer, and he's really, really helped me grow as a football player.
With all the things going on right now with the social distancing and people's health, you're not able to get to the weight room, you know, but there's things you're doing, I'm sure, at home to stay in shape. The jugs machine in the backyard, different things. So take us through just trying to you mentioned your brother working out hard. Talk a little bit about what you're trying to do right now to get those workouts going.
I'm definitely trying to work on my speed. So we have a ladder and hurdles. So that's definitely something I'm trying to work on, my agility, my transition from my stance to off the ball when the ball is snapped. And then we have a little weight room set up in our basement, so I've just been really focusing on my power cleans and some heavy explosive shrugs too.
Those power cleans, talk about when you first saw some of the older Dallas players doing them. You're like, man, is this something I really have to do? It's not something that you usually embrace right off the bat.
No, definitely not. I actually remember the very first time I ever saw someone power clean. It was my first varsity practice after coach said I was going to be pulled up on the varsity team in 9th grade. And I remember watching them like, wow, that's a lot of weight. And, you know, coach's methods really worked. Like we all stuck in the weight room. And when you have a team like we were last year, where like kids like me and Moransky, we were both power cleaning 285 pounds. Like coaches, we really bought into coach's methods, and he really showed us like what we could do to our full ability.
All you guys, your seniors, was fortunate enough to take in your banquet. And there was a lot of emotions during the banquet there for Dallas football. But all you guys are going to go your separate ways. And, you know, you got guys going to play college football at various places. And hopefully everybody has their own story and their own path works out for them.
Yeah, it's really kind of heartbreaking to see everyone go away. Because, you know, we've been building this bond for several years now, and we've made it so far, and everything's just gone. You know, I guess it's what happens as life goes on, but everyone's going to be successful in this class. I know it. And Coach Mendola really has done a good job preparing us for the real world.
Luke, finally, let's talk a little bit about you and all of your friends that are seniors. And again, I think it's taken a toll still on some of the juniors and sophomores, everybody who's, goes to school, gets an education. I'm sure you have conversations with those friends of yours, but I'll talk about some of the conversations you guys are having right now with this, hopefully once in a lifetime situation that we're all dealing with right now, but you're happy to be dealing with it in your senior year. So what are some of those conversations like that you're having with your friends?
We're all just talking about, like, when this is over, how we're going to hang out, how we're going to plan on seeing each other. I mean, being senior year is toughest on us because prom's canceled, graduation's canceled. They're two huge things that as a senior you look forward to, all the trips that you go on. And senior Olympics, those were a blast for everyone in the past. I remember watching them. But, it's a shame that we weren't able to go through it. And it was such a great class too, so we're all just wanting to get back together.
Luke, a pleasure to speak with you again. Obviously mature and wise beyond your years. You got the skill set, the athleticism. You're doing a great job in the classroom. And congratulations. We wish you the best as a Pitt Panther going forward on that football team.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mendola. Thank you.